for tuning into the Market Wrap. I'm Niraj Shah, and it's turned out to be, you would have to say, a pretty good day of trade if you were selectively long into various buckets, including the market at large. And remember our conversations about contra longs and selective long positions likely to reward. Well, I think they did in a way. And I think when you look at the broader market performance, there is even more evident. Now, I must say it was evident in yesterday's session too. But first, let's start off with the large caps. And keep in mind that India has done this without the world being as supportive, so to say, and which is why we don't have that 1% gain, but just a 0.5% gain. But what did well? I think that's the key point. So cement had a fairly decent outing in the session today. Shree Cement, and I think we'll speak about that at length, but some of the other cement stocks also participated a little bit. Pharma today had some fairly decent traction, you have to admit. I mean, while on the Nifty, it's only Divi's which is kind of shining bright. And for Divi's, it actually went down all the way to 3150 a couple of days or 3 days back when the market hit those lows. From there, it's had about a near 10% up move. For a pharma stock to do that is pretty special in the current times. It is not everybody's participating, but today I think selectively at the broader end of the spectrum, there was fairly decent traction in pharma. And banks did okay. I think the event out of the way, the moratorium event out of the way. And I would urge all of you to try and log on to our website and try and read all about the moratorium and the implications thereof that we put out. Some of it was not quite easily discernible when the first piece of news came out, but eventually I think our website carries all of this information. So without us spending too much time here, I would urge you to log on to BloombergQuint.com and try and read more about that. But that was the nature of the stocks which did well. Now, if we can just get back to that graph for a minute before we talk about the key winner, look at the losers in the session today. And you had Hindalco, which is down by 2.5%. Arguably, there is talk of maybe aluminum futures in China are coming off quite rapidly today, or having come off quite rapidly today. And that's why those stocks maybe came off. There was weakness in oil by and large, and that explains why ONGC had such a dismal outing in the session. And ITC, after some good days, has corrected a little bit in the session. But, well, maybe the day belongs to gainers, and which is why let's get Nicky in to talk about the key movers in the session on the large cap. And Nicky, on the large cap side at least, good afternoon. What stood out?
Good afternoon, Niraj. Of course, cement stocks have been doing well. There have been incremental reports about the price hike coming in. Annual reports have started coming in of these companies, and the picture that they're painting for the industry is a double-digit growth as compared to a decline of 10 to 12% that we've seen in the whole last 1 year. But I'm going to be typically talking about Shree Cement in particular because Axis Security initiated a report on this counter a few days back where they came up with a buy recommendation and the target price of around 29,500. Said that the company, it's the second largest cement producer. It's embarking upon an expansion journey, operational efficiency in place. It's the low-cost producer that we have, pan-India presence, and of course, the financials are also supporting to the growth. Not to take away the fact or not highlight the fact that the valuations for Shree Cement has always been on the higher side, but of course, it's also got to do with the kind of fundamentals that the company is enjoying. But then, Niraj, what are you picking up in the broader space? Any trend that is playing up for you?
Yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting to see what some of the real estate needs do over the course of the next couple of days and then after the expiry, to be honest. But let's bring up the market dread for you firstly. And much similar to yesterday, we had the broader market strength being evident out there. So 300 advancing to 200 declining, similar to what was the trend yesterday. Look at what some of the key movers have done in the session. I mean, there was some individual spots that came. Like I said, pharma did really well. So you have Olympic, which was up pretty strongly in the session. There was strength in certain specialty chemical names, the likes of Alpinamine, the whole Adani Group stock, and I think we'll talk a bit about that. Praj Industries gained about 5.5% at 185. And of course, top of the pile was Sterling Mills and Solar, up about 19% and 5 billion shares traded. That's a pretty high volume for Sterling Mills and Solar. It typically doesn't trade with such volume. What came off and yet on the day of a pullback was Dixon. So after that, the whole stock split and the gain post that, the stock has come off quite rapidly. Tata Communications post the deal has come off quite rapidly. There was weakness in Nagarjuna construction section. These stocks are under some bit of a cloud. And others, the likes of Serra and Taylor and each of these came off. So those are a few losers in the session. What about the kind of regions that some of these stocks made? What stood out in the midcaps?
Yeah, Niraj, I'm picking up ICRA, because that stock has done amazingly well in the last 1 week. We've seen a 24% uptick. The stock did witness some amount of correction in previous session of trade, almost 8% gone there. But overall, in this entire week, the stock has rallied more than 25 odd percent. In fact, Parag Parekh Mutual Fund has spotted more than 2% stake in the counter. That was a development which took place actually in the last week, and ever since then the stock has been on an upward trajectory. What has also done well is a bunch of Adani Group stocks. It's day and day again that we talk about it, but Adani Total, that's the stock has hogged the limelight. Talk about the YTD returns, 135% kind of returns coming in for that one. Enterprises has seen more than 100% returns. Adani Power has seen more than 100% returns. Overall, if you look at the group performance, the investors have been smiling all the way out, given the kind of aggressive expansion plan overall that the group has undertaken, and also the amount of debt which has come down in this duration. But Neeraj, you had a conversation early in the morning with Mrituza, I believe, of Kotak Securities, and you guys spoke extensively about real estate pockets. Anything attractive in that space right now?
Right. Yeah, the conversation was I think, 2 days back, but yeah, I think you put out the story on the side. But yeah, it's interesting how everybody seems to be suggesting that real estate is the pocket to bet on from a slightly medium term perspective. So that was cool. And I somehow think that in the lead up to the expiry, these stocks may do okay. But reality, cases are rising across the world. In Europe is no different. How are the world markets reacting to this? And what are the things that will shape our markets tomorrow?
Yeah, back home first, I'd like to talk about, the vaccines are soon going to be available for people who are about 45 years of age. But talking about this, if you talk about the global performance, European markets are trading a little bit of cautious, and also US stock futures are indicating a cautious start coming in for Wall Street. There is this whole new virus wave which has been witnessed across the countries, and it remains to be seen how does the situation play out going forward, how much of that can be controlled, can be administered by the vaccines. But that's all that we have for you at this point of time. Thank you so much for tuning in.